Had a couple minutes. We're going to get started in just a sec. Good morning. Good morning. Come in, everybody. We're going to get started in just a minute. Let's make sure this is not showing anything. Good morning. Come in, come in. Oh, you know what? You guys, hang on one second. I almost forgot to do something. Give me 1 second. There we go. Oops. Okay, I had to fix something for y'all. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. How was everybody's weekend? How was your week? Actually, I forget now. We only do Mondays. So I hope you had a good week. We are in Mercury retrograde. It's been retrograding, right? But I have a nice surprise for y'all, and I will tell you as soon as everybody gets on and we get started. So I want to give it like another minute or so, but I have a nice surprise. Hello, hello. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. Mine was good. Not too crazy. Been working hard on something for y'all. I mean, working hard on something. There was one day last week where I sat at my computer for over 12 hours working on stuff for y'all. So, needless to say, when I got up, I was walking like I had been injured. It's been retrograding. I know, Christy. I know, girl. I've been seeing it too. So yeah, the good thing is we know it's happening, right? So we don't freak out. Mercury's not being nice to you? Uh-oh. Well, you know, whenever Mercury goes retrograde, I think the reason why people just, number one, it happens a few times every year, right? And the thing is, it's because something comes back around to, you know, from the past, or you have to deal with some sort of technological issue or whatever. And that's what, you know, we experience the most throughout our days is human interaction and technology. So I think that's why we just fear or we get so frustrated with it the most, because something resurfaces, probably something we should have taken care of a long time ago, but we haven't, or something we did take care of, but it rears its ugly head back around and you're like, God, I thought I handled this. And it's just something kind of like we have to face the music, right? But, okay, I wanted to tell you all that I have created something. Remember, we talked about this last Monday, right? We talked about doing a 31-day tarot challenge. Do y'all remember that? Guess what? It's ready for y'all to jump in, okay? We're going to officially start August 4th. But you can go get on the list for the 31-day tarot challenge. It's going to awaken your inner oracle. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're in the tribe, you're already in it. So no big deal, okay? If you want to begin learning tarot with me and you want to try it out, do the 31-day tarot challenge. We'll go through it together. You're going to have little daily challenges Monday through Friday. It's nothing too extreme that's going to, like, you know, cause you to be panicked with your normal schedule and all of that. It's going to be little challenges every day. And then on Saturday, we're going to go live. I'm going to go live and y'all can ask your questions. We can deepen your lessons and do all of that. I'll go live each Saturday throughout the month. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Do you do any sort of trainings for people who want to learn Reiki or tarot? Yes, I was just talking about that. We're doing the 31-day tarot challenge. And let me tell you something. When you get in the challenge, you're going to notice all the access you have to other things, like maybe my tarot apprenticeship. Things have changed, okay? Things have changed. I need to actually fix that. So when you jump in now, you might not see the tarot apprenticeship, but I will fix that as soon as I get off of here. So if you have not gotten in, get in, okay? Because the platform can only hold so many people on the live at a time. So you need to make sure that you're in, and it's going to be the first come, first serve type of situation when you can get on the Saturday lives, okay? So the tribe is changing. Everything is shifting and changing, and it's going to be to where I can help you even more. I can be available to you even more in your tarot journey. And we're going to go through, and I'll tell you guys more as it goes on. But for right now, get into the 31-day tarot challenge. And like I said, when you get in, you're going to notice everything else that you have access to. So you're welcome. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you don't even know who I am, if this is your first time here, stick around and you'll see how I teach tarot, how it evolves in your life, because this is your weekly Tarotscope. And then you can see if we align. Okay, if we do, then jump in. If not, that's okay. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to balance out our heart chakra. We do this every Monday because we want to set ourselves up for success for the week ahead, okay? All you're going to do is just breathe. And you can imagine all the heaviness, all the anxiety, all of that leaving out of your heart chakra, because the heart chakra is the center point between your higher self and your human self, right? So that's where we hold a lot of stuff. And since we learn a lot through our relationships, that sits in the heart. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to listen to the bowl, because this bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra. So all you're going to do is just breathe, release, and relax. Okay, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Just breathe. Take this moment to yourself. If you're driving, please be smart and don't do this until you get home. All right, here we go. Whoops, we'll get it. Nice deep breaths. Just breathe. Now let's all collectively take one super deep breath in. Fill your lungs to capacity. Expand your rib cage. Pick up all that heaviness and then let it out. You can do this at any time. It's really good to do the breath work to help you release anxiety and to get more oxygen to the brain so you can connect more, okay? All right, so those of you who have just joined us, welcome. This is our weekly Tarotscope. I just announced our 31-day tarot challenge. You can check out the challenge on through the link in my bio, okay? It is gonna be officially August 4th. We're gonna go through the entire month of August. You're gonna have little daily tasks to help you to learn in kind of introduce yourself to tarot, but also when you're in there, like I said, you're gonna notice, the tarot apprenticeship module's in there too. So yeah, you're very welcome. All right, let's get our fairy blessing card. Like I said, I'll need to fix, I forgot to put it in there this morning, so the tarot apprenticeship module will be in there after I get off of this live. But everything else is in there too, so yeah. All right, let's see. What is our fairy blessing for this week? What is our fairy blessing for this week? Oh, I had it upside down. Ooh, a blessing of Letha. We haven't had this one in a while. I like this card, and I want to read this card to you because I think it gives you such a beautiful message. It's number 30. So in numerology, 3 is about expression and creativity and just nice flowy energy. So let me read this to you. Oops, I missed it. Let's see how you resonate. The fairy gift of the midsummer energies for joy, friendship, and the flowering of life's bounty. The blessings of the Feast of the Fairy are given to encourage you to take this day, this week really, and drink down its sweetness, to celebrate your own life and to bring a sense of being beyond day-to-day cares, to dedicate at least a portion of this day or each day to the divine acts of celebration and connection with enchantment. May the blessings of the festival known as Letha be with you this day, no matter what day or time of year it is for you, friend. For the gift of Letha is the gift of celebrating your life, living to the fullest, and resisting giving in to those who would ask you to hold back and live life less fiercely. So this is, I mean, look at this energy, right? She looks fierce. She looks like she has got that like black cat energy, right? Black cat energy is the divine feminine energy. It is the one that is in flow with the universe and just attracts things naturally. The one who is able to celebrate life because she understands that she is creating that life. She is celebrating herself. She's celebrating with the universe. It's just a really wonderful type of energy. So you can embody this energy. This is our overall energy for the week, right? You can embody this energy and you very well could have something to celebrate, okay? And you first start with the little things that happen throughout your day-to-day. Does that make sense? Celebrate the good stuff. Write your gratitude list. Do whatever you got to do to bring in more and more, okay? I agree. Having many precious panther. Oh, yes. Yes, you do. Okay, this is the divination book. So we're going to do the divination book as an overall tarot message, and then we're going to pull cards, tarot cards for each day. Okay, you'll see. I know there's a lot of new people here, so just sit back and relax. All right, so for the divination book, we're going to knock on it just like we would a tarot deck. We're going to connect our palms because there are energy centers in our palms. And we're going to take a nice deep breath and focus our intention on the book. You can focus on the book as you're watching. And we're going to ask the book, what is our overall message for this week? What is our overall message for this week? And then you just intuitively turn to a page. Okay, so here we got the Two of Cups reversed. I'm going to read this to you. This is really geared to be used daily, but you can use it daily. What? Your life contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Oh crap, hang on. I forgot to put... God, this is so dumb. I forgot to add the setting that I talk about my own business. God, freaking stupid. Anywho, this book is to be used daily, weekly, monthly, however you want to use it. It is your own divination book. I wrote this book for you. It has all the cards in it, direct and reversed. And all the messages are geared towards you taking your power back, okay? So here you drew the Two of Cups in reverse. It says, I will be honest and tell you that today, which is the overall energy of the week, is not the best day for relationships, okay? What once seemed like an aligned connection is proving to be otherwise. Hello, Mercury retrograde. This is where your goddess power kicks in. When circumstances like this arise, it is up to you to step back and evaluate the experience. Are you no longer compatible, or are you simply on different pages regarding a specific issue? Then you must determine how important that issue is to you. Are you able to compromise where both parties are happy? Communicating through the heart space is the only way you find harmony in your relationships. If you have found you're no longer compatible, it's time to switch gears and focus on yourself. Refill your cup of worth, love, and peace. Everything will be okay. Okay? So when we see the Two of Cups in reverse as a potential energy, as like the overall week, it's saying, hey, Mercury's retrograde, so the cards know Mercury's retrograde. There could be some disconnect between you and another person, right? But when we have this blessing of Letha coupled with it, it's telling you that there is a way to handle this situation through your power, through your strength, through your heart space, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to set this on top of it so it doesn't close. And then I want y'all to pick the deck that I'm going to use for the daily pulls. So we have Tarot Mucha, deck number 1. Well, there goes that. or the Pulp Tarot. Vote in the comments, please. Please only vote one time so we can keep track. So Tarot Mucha, deck 1, or the Pulp Tarot, deck 2. Which one? 1 or 2? And while y'all are voting, I'm going to tell all my new people that we are going to do a 31-day tarot challenge starting in August. So check it out through the link in my bio. See if it aligns with you. If it does, jump in and you're going to see even more that you have access to. And then we'll start the challenge on officially August 4th. Deck 1, deck 2. It's hard to tell what's winning. Looks like... No, it looks balanced on YouTube so far as I can tell. Yeah. YouTube is tied. What about TikTok? Is it 2s that are winning? 1 or 2? Let's see. Is it 2s? I don't know. It's hard. Looks like maybe 1s. I'll give you a few more seconds to get your votes in. 1s have it? Yeah, okay. Looks like 1s have it on YouTube as well. All right then. Tarot Mucha it is. It's a great deck. Make sure I got them all. All right, let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for each day to uncover what energy is represented of that day. Okay, we're going to talk about it. We'll see how we can either embrace it or work through it. Okay, that way you know what is potentially coming up for you and you can navigate through it. And if you're learning tarot, this is a great way for you to learn how to see this energy through different lenses. Okay. All right. Let's see. What are our messages for each day, Monday through Sunday? All right, let's look at today. Today we have the 8 of Wands. I like this, okay? Because when the 8 of Wands is showing up, it's showing up as clear communication. It is swift movement. It's probably like the day is going to go by pretty quickly, but this is also a day where the energy is supported for you to get your tasks done. If you have a to-do list, then write it out and you will be able to check things off for yourself, okay? If you need to have communication with somebody, this would be the day to do so. If you're traveling, it looks like you would experience less delays than you normally would in Mercury retrograde, okay? So whatever you have set out for today, this is a good day to get her done, okay? Let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow we have the 8 of Swords. Interesting. Not so much getting everything done tomorrow. Interesting how we have 2 8s showing up. Okay, one energy of let's move forward, let's get it done. I've got energy. Next one is like, oh, I've got so much. I just feel like I'm just too overwhelmed. I can't get anything done. Okay, because the 8 of Swords is your own self-imprisonment. So there might be a situation where you feel you have this obligation, but maybe you're afraid to say something. Maybe you're afraid to do something here because remember, we have the 2 of Cups in reverse that I showed y'all, right? So there might be a situation where you're like, you know what, today is not the day to have this conversation. But it could be that somebody has said something to you and it's just going over and over and over in your head, right? And you feel stuck. But the universe is like, you're not stuck. You're never stuck, okay? The 8 of Swords is saying you have the power to do something about this, but you're going to have to kind of you got to get yourself out of your own mess. Okay, but it could also indicate, with this being a general collective, it could also indicate that you just feel like you have so much going on Tuesday, maybe so much chatter here because Mercury being retrograde, because the swords represent the mind, right? So much chatter, so much going on, work, your desires, family, all that stuff. It's like breathe, breathe. okay? It's okay to say no to things. It's okay to put things on the back burner that don't really need your attention right now. You want to prioritize, okay? Yes, exactly. Both provide growth if used correctly, 100%. And 8 is that karmic number. It's like whatever you decide today and tomorrow is going to lead you somewhere, or it's going to keep you stuck. Because remember, indecision is a decision. Indecision is the decision to stay put, right? So you have to decide. Let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So when the 3 of Cups is in reverse, it can indicate that there might be a situation where plans change, where you want to get together with somebody and it doesn't quite work out. It could be that there might be an issue with a friend. Be careful of your communication, because this friend might take something the wrong way, or you might take something the wrong way. Because again, Mercury is retrograde. Communication is wonky. What we put out there and what other people hear could be 2 different things, or what somebody says to us and what we hear could be 2 different things, right? So we have to be aware that, okay, well, maybe they didn't mean it that way. And you have to be in control of how you handle that situation, okay? So just know on Wednesday, it could be that, again, plans change, or there's something going on with a friend. It could be a coworker where it just didn't turn out the way you hoped, okay? Somebody might call you to talk about all the shit that's not going right in their life. And you're like, man, this is really like depressing. And you have to set a boundary, okay? You don't have to sit there and let somebody dump all their crap on you. Set a boundary. All right, Thursday. Thursday, much better energy. We have the 6 of Wands. This is success. This is forward movement. This is support, okay? So when we see the 6 of Wands, this is you doing what is necessary. It's kind of like, you know, those people that seem to have life stacked against them, and then they step out of that because they are determined not to stay in that type of energy. They are the ones who we like cheer on because they're like, wow, they had everything stacked against them. They had every reason just to suffer and stay in that low vibration, but they broke free. They went through that boundary or that barrier that was perceived, and now they're experiencing success. That can be you, okay? So it could be that whatever you're working towards or whatever you're witnessing is something, I feel like it's a barrier being broken through here, okay? And success is like you have the support of the people around you. You are moving forward. So Thursday is a great day today and Thursday for sure is a great day for forward movement, for progress, all right? Tuesday, you have to decide to step out of something where you felt constrained, okay? Let's look at Friday. Friday, we have justice in reverse. Dang. So when justice shows up in reverse, justice is ruled by Libra. Libra rules the house of relationships. So if you're dealing with legal matters on Friday, it can end up one of 2 ways. Again, this is a general reading. If you need more personal guidance, you'd have to book a personal reading, okay? But if you're dealing with legal matters on Friday, this would be one wins over the other. Doesn't mean that you're going to win over the other person or the other person's going to win over you. It just indicates that it's imbalanced here, okay? Again, we'd have to look at your own situation. Not the best day to sign contracts. I mean, we're a Mercury retrograde, and there could be some, just be very careful with your communication with your partners, okay? This would be like love partners, people that you hold close, okay? So on Friday, just be aware. It could be you decide to leave your relationship. It could be you decide to leave a business partnership. There's something here where it's like, you know what, I can't do this. So, oh gosh, nice way for you to announce your arrival, son. Yes, exactly, Jamie. Both 3 of Cups and 6 of Wands represent support. Yeah, it's like on Wednesday, you don't have it. Thursday, you got it. All right, so let's look at Saturday. Oh, major arcana this weekend. Jamie, what's going on with the planets this weekend? So when we see the Empress in reverse for Saturday, this is a big message for you to be aware that this is a time for you to notice how you're not nurturing yourself. You're more than likely nurturing everybody else, but you're not taking care of yourself. It's very easy for you to be out of the flow of that feminine energy. Okay? So make sure that if you feel like you need to reach out to your mom, go have a conversation with your mom because she represents the mother. If you are a mother, take care of yourself. Doesn't matter if you're a mother of fur babies or human babies, whatever, right? If you're married, take care of yourself. This could be a situation where some people are going to go through some relational breakups because Mercury retrograde. Mercury's making you come to the realization of, you know what, this isn't working. Okay? Or maybe you just have to have the hard conversation. I keep getting the high priestess popping out. I shuffle calm and gentle and she just flies. Hey, she needs to be seen. She is that ultimate gatekeeper, right? She's reminding you to pay attention to that sovereignty. Pay attention to your psychic knowing because there's something being relayed to you that maybe you're not getting. Yeah, we need help with your crazy cat. Give her to Stephanie. Oh, yes, we have the new moon on Thursday. Thank you for the reminder. But we have 3 energies retrograde. Chiron is going retrograde 7th. Holy cow. Yeah, see? So that's why we have this happening here. And it could be the moon is, you know, even though it's a new moon, right? New moon is where the moon is dark, right? You can't see it. Even though it's dark, we still feel it, okay? So you might be emotional. There might be some situations popping up and it's got you feeling some sort of way. So it's like, be aware of that, okay? All right, let's look at Sunday. Golly, there you go. She made herself known, the high priestess. And she's in reverse. We have 3 major arcana this weekend. Okay? Now listen, tarot is not concrete. Tarot is saying, hey, here's the energy, here's what's the potential. You have the decision to make. Are you going to let her be reverse, or are you going to take control of your own life and your own emotions and turn her direct? Okay? You might experience a situation with, this is unfortunate. I don't like to say this, but it's true. You might experience a situation with somebody you thought was a friend and they go out and they start telling all your business to everybody. Okay? She can represent that when she's in reverse because she's no longer keeping secrets, right? So be careful who you tell your secrets to. This could be, unfortunately, for some people, you find out about another woman. It could be that you're just feeling some sort of emotional way. You're seeing that you're out of flow with the cycles. Okay? Does that make sense? So again, general collective, we have to look at all different lenses that this can play out. And the reason why we do this is so you can handle it through your sovereign power, right? We have this blessing of Letha. This is telling you that you hold the power. She's wearing red because red signifies personal power and strength, okay? So it's telling you that you hold the power here. You decide how you move through things. You decide, is this going to be something that I continually put myself into? Or am I going to step away because it doesn't align with me? And I'm going to celebrate each important major decision that I make in my life. Okay? It feels like resentment. Very well could be. Yeah. Very well could be. All right. So let's get some oracle. If you're new here, welcome in. This is our weekly Tarotscope. We are looking at what's happening this week. If you want to join my 31-day tarot challenge, it is linked in my bio, and you'll find some other really cool stuff in there for you. Let's look underneath the deck. Let's see. We got the Page of Swords. Okay. So when the page is standing there, it's talking about communication, right? So when Mercury's retrograde, it's asking you, why don't we look at the way that not just people are communicating with you, but the way your life is communicating with you? Does that make sense? Like what is going on in your life? What are you being shown day to day that you always complain about? Or you're like, I just don't really like this and blah, blah, blah. And life is like, well, you're making the same decisions over and over again. We keep showing you this, but you're not doing anything different, right? That's kind of a harsh reality. So, yeah. All right, let's get some oracle and see what else we need to know. Page of Swords. All right, what else do we need to know this week? You know what, you guys? This is the moon. It's not the high priestess. Doesn't it look like the high priestess? This is the moon. So the moon's in reverse. New moon energy. It can still indicate being emotional, right? And needing to work within that dark space. I apologize. She looks like the high priestess because she has the pillars, she has the moon, and the water, right? This is the moon. I don't use this deck all the time, so that is my mistake. And I was drawn to that card, and it's like, hey, Erica, look there. Yeah, I like that. What are you afraid of? Yeah, most people are afraid of the dark. What does the dark represent? The unknown. Okay? So there could be something revealed. There could be something that, like Jamie said, you know, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of success? Are you afraid of stepping out onto your own? What is it? Acknowledge the fear so you're not afraid of it anymore. Yeah, exactly. It's only happy accidents when it comes to tarot. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it happens. I mean, because the imagery, they didn't do that great on that one. Because, yeah, when you're looking at it, it looks like the high priestess. But the moon is communicating to you. The universe is communicating to you. And it's all going to be like, you know, in here and in here. It's always communicating to you. And it's asking you, like, are you getting it yet? Why are you so afraid to step out? Why are you so afraid to do this and this and that? Why are you so afraid to speak up? What is it that you're afraid of? Okay? And when you're afraid of something, learn about it so you're no longer afraid. Yeah, the effects of Mercury retrograde. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, let's see. All right, so we have the door to spirit, but it's in reverse. We have a lot of reversals happening. So let's see what it wants to tell us. Just so you know, for you newcomers here, I'm so glad you're here. When you are reading Oracle, you 100% can read the messages in the book. That's why they have them, because they're beautiful messages. And then you can also pull more out of the imagery and the colors and the numbers, okay? So here's the message. When this card is reversed, you may find yourself feeling an extreme disconnect. It seems your intuition is failing and you can't maintain the peaceful moments you are longing for. You may be too distracted by worldly matters or personal problems to arrive at and enjoy the deeper sense of your spiritual connection. The paradox is that the more you can let go of the drama, distractions, or intense emotions, the more your spiritual peace will bring you solutions for these issues. So relax and let go. Meditate on your soul self, your higher self that resides in your own heart center. Allow that connection to grow, and you'll find that, many new doors will open as a result. And this is so true. This is so true. Okay? When you feel like life is chaotic, when you feel out of control, that is not a time for you to try to control something. That is a time for you to go within and to surrender and to release and to breathe. Because then you start to see the right steps to take. Okay? We don't want to react. We want to respond. Yeah, I like that. In truth, it comes with being afraid of feeling worth it. Yes, yes, yes. Most people don't, and it's sad. I mean, I had to go through that, right? Everybody does. We're taught that it's negative to believe that you're worth it. It's ridiculous. But we'll sit there and tell somebody else that they're so worth it. won't we? But if we say it ourselves, then it's like, oh no, you're just out for yourself. You're narcissistic. No, you're allowed to be worth it. All right. Let's see. What else do we need to know this week? And with the number 32 being in reverse, again, I do feel like there might be some sort of message from Spirit that you might be ignoring or resisting, okay? And with it being 32, so 2 is you're not being receptive to it, but can also indicate there's an issue with communication and your relationships. It's like kind of like when you're in a negative relationship. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be a friendship, anything like that, business partnership. And you already know the truth, but for whatever reason, you're holding off on doing what you know is going to be best, right? Either having the conversation or leaving the relationship. And so Spirit is like, we keep showing you the truth, but you're resisting, and that's fine. But you're going to keep complaining, and we're going to keep showing you. All right, what else do we need to know? Number 12, slow and steady. I like this. It's kind of like the tortoise and the hare, right? Slow and steady wins the race. If you're looking for some sort of quick fix, life hack, whatever, tarot hack, there is no such thing, okay? You cannot bypass what needs to be dealt with because you're just going to keep repeating the cycles, right? Remember the old cliche, slow and steady wins the race? There we go. This is a time for easy movement, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. Trust that taking life at a more leisurely pace will give you greater access to your dreams. Slowing down allows more contact with the juicier elements of your life. Savor them. And that's exactly what this blessing is about too. It's about savoring life, enjoying every moment, really moving intentionally so you can savor every moment, right? Like, I want to do this because I want to experience this. I'm not going to rush through this because right? There's that word patience. I know. Such a cuss word in this room. But when we look at number 12, we see it as I'm choosing to take action the feminine way, the slow and intentional way, the way of the flow instead of the way of control, which is the masculine way. Okay? We have been sold masculinity and femininity wrong. And you can see the truth by just looking around. You can see that, they've literally done studies on, female and male, masculine, feminine, whatever. Like, we have been told masculinity is logic and structure and In reality, masculinity is chaos. Femininity is flow and order. Okay? So when you are in that flow, you're in divine order. Okay? When you're in the masculinity, you're in chaos, and then you try to make structure by controlling. Doesn't work. Okay? Let's see. Does that make sense? If not, go ahead and ask questions. I'm happy to answer them. Maybe if we conquered the moon, it will bloom us into the high priestess. There you go. There you go. Let's see. You love the explanation? Good. It's one of those things that never made sense to me. Kind of like when I was younger, religion itself didn't make sense to me because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it's all wrong. And the whole masculine feminine thing to me doesn't make sense. It's all wrong, or it's explained wrong, right? It was changed. It was shifted in order to like demonize femininity. So yeah, it's wrong. All right, what else do we need to know? Whoa. All right, they're getting a little ruly. Look, we got miracles popping up. I like that. Let's do it again. Isn't that funny? This deck is not meant to be read in reverse. I accidentally shuffled them up that way. But look, we have leadership. We have the lighthouse. And guess what? It is number 31. There's that communication again. The universe is communicating with you and showing you the way, right? And look, it looks scary. It looks treacherous, but it's like, keep your eye on the light. It's guiding you, okay? But you decide, am I going to fear or am I going to go with the flow, right? It's showing you, you know, like where not to go, right? Like, hey, here's the warning. You want to go here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the universe is always communicating with you. Be aware. Go this way. We're here to help you. But you decide, are you going to notice that? Are you going to acknowledge that? Or are you going to continue just to go through life like raw dogging it? Do you understand? There's so many different paths you can take, and you're getting these hits all the time, but are you paying attention to them? That's what we're going to look at in the 31-day tarot challenge. Like I said, we're going to awaken your inner oracle, and I'm going to show you exactly what professional tarot readers do versus social media tarot readers, okay? It's different, very different, okay? Real tarot is different than what you see on social media. So yeah, what I do here is real tarot. We're doing the general collective, but I'm going to show you different ways that you can awaken that inner oracle. So make sure you get into that challenge. No, it was not Jordan Peterson who came up with the feminine energy is chaos nonsense. No, girl, that's been a long time ago. They have always said the feminine energy is dark and negative and chaotic. So no, it was way before him. Let's see. What else do we need to know? Ooh, I love this. Polar bear, mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. See? You carry the shaman within. And this is what we're going to work on in the 31-day tarot challenge and in the tribe. We're going to awaken that inner oracle. Okay, we're going to shift everything. You're going to step into your power. You're going to step into your divine femininity. Okay, because you have this within you naturally. It's just you've been programmed to not listen. Masculinity. What's good? This one. I'm going to pull this one from a while. Love that card. Yeah, it's a great one. They deemed us to be seductive and lustful and labeled as distractions. Yep, something to be ashamed of. I know. It's crazy because it's, again, chaos. There is no structure. There's no discipline. But when you look at the way that male and female naturally behave, you look at the studies, right? The feminine energies, they are natural caretakers. They create natural order and structure, but it's in the flow of the universe. The masculine energies are all over the place. I mean, chaos, destruction, hierarchy, all of that. And then they try to control. So, yeah. And it's not here to say one's better than the other. That is not what I'm saying, okay? So don't get offended. It is here to say that there is number one, we've been taught wrong, labels wrong. And number two, we have good qualities, positive and negative qualities on both sides. So yeah. Yeah, then they blame it on the feminine. Exactly. Yep. We are the scapegoat. Let's see. Oh, speaking of which, there's the Lovers. Okay. It's number 21, which is interesting because we have 12 and then 21. We have repeating numbers here, right? So the Lovers, let's read out of this book. You know, I haven't read from this book in a while. Let's see what it says. Because, you know, in tarot, the Lovers is about making a decision. It's like co-creating with the universe to listen to that guidance, to receive that guidance, and then to take action. And the Lovers is about stepping out into your own. It's not about just love connections. So if you didn't know that about tarot, there you go. Okay. The Lovers is about you really deciding what is right for you, what is best for you. You really branching out into your own sense of being. Okay. And it's typically whenever we start to experience relationships is when we have to start making those decisions. We're getting into like adulthood, puberty, all that, right? Trying to be our own person. So let's see what this says. Oh, here it is. It says love is in the air, but it also says pay attention from signs from above. You have received this card as the universe wants you to know that love is on the horizon. As a loving spiritual being, the universe understands how you want to share your life and love with your soulmate. Sometimes life can be a lonely path when you don't have a significant other. We do need relationships. We do need each other. As much as, you know, men and women like to bitch about each other, we do need each other because, again, we both have qualities that the other needs, right? The psychic reading card of Lovers is a gentle reminder that the universe is assisting you with manifesting and bringing your soulmate into your life. The most important thing to remember about this card is that manifesting doesn't work overnight. Being patient is one of the most important gifts to have when you're waiting for your lover to come into your life. So that's why we have the mirror image of it, of the slow and steady, because that's number 12. This is 21. Okay, that's why we have these repeating numbers. This card can also represent the current love in your life, being an indication that there are positive changes taking place within your relationship and you're moving into a state of union. This can include the announcement of a proposal or engagement, an upcoming wedding, or of you and your partner moving in together. It could simply be a sign that you're ready to progress to the next step in your relationship, and the universe is telling you this is a positive move for you both. It can also be a sign that you need to put more effort into your relationship and put the romance back into your life. Sometimes we get too busy and bogged down with work and the stresses of life. We can start to take our partners for granted and the romance wanes. If this is the case, this card is a gentle reminder that you need to go on a date, go out for dinner, book a holiday or weekend away, and spend some well-earned romantic time together to rekindle your relationship. So, with Mercury being retrograde, this would be you realizing, looking back, like, hey, we need to adjust some things. We need to get back into the rhythm of each other. If you're not in a relationship, this can be exactly what I was talking about before, which is connected to the Lover's card in tarot, which is about you doing what is necessary to bring yourself back into the flow, to be able to step out into your own authenticity, to love yourself enough to start creating a life that you love. Okay? Make sense? I would not look for somebody to date while Mercury's retrograde because, again, communication's off. You might just hear what you want to hear and then realize later on that it was all BS. This is a time really to focus on your existing relationships or your relationship with yourself, okay? Or both. It takes, look at that. Got great fortune on the bottom. I like that. It takes a lot of courage to step out into your own, right? Most people are too afraid to do that. And that's why whenever we see somebody that goes against the grain, that doesn't fall, into the victimhood mentality, right? They overcome it and they experience success. That's why we hold them up on a pedestal, right? Because we're like, wow, that's so amazing. I could never do that. But in actuality, you can. You just have to decide. The universe waits for you to decide. And then it kicks into gear. So it's not like you're waiting for the right time. You'll be waiting forever. The universe is just waiting for you to make the decision, and then everything starts happening. Do you think Mercury blows communication so we also have an opportunity to rebalance those energies? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. What else do we need to know? Let's see what card comes out in this deck. Ah, there it is. Concern number 33. So 3 is a repeating number. Communication, communication, communication. So if there's something that you're concerned about within your relationships or within your life, you have to, this is a master number, right? 33 is the master healer. It is your job to fix it, okay? And if it involves another person and that person's not interested in doing anything to fix it, then there's your answer. Are you going to accept it or not? Or are you going to keep yourself in that same scenario? Okay? Does that make sense? Midlife awakening, yeah. Yep. Not midlife crisis, midlife awakening. Let's look at the money deck right quick. See what our money message is for the week. Oh, I like this. It says writer. So there's 3 ways to resonate with this. This is your money message for this week, okay? And what do writers do? They communicate. Your words have power of influence to others, and find out how you can contribute. Let me do that again. Your words have power to influence others. Find out how you can contribute. So are you speaking power, or are you complaining and just getting sucked into the drama of victimhood? You have to figure that out, okay? Number 2, a career in social media management, book writing, content writing, or blogging could be for you. If that's something you're passionate about, by all means, go for it, okay? Number 3, use words and visualize it as you write them to manifest more money into your life. When people want to join one of my services or my classes or whatever, and they're like, oh, I can't afford it, I always stop them like, don't say you can't afford it. Take that out of your vocabulary. Manifest it. Manifest it. And I would say 8 times out of 10, they do. And they come back to me and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this just happened. Now I get to join. Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, see? You manifested that. You did that. Not me. You did that. So manifest whatever it is that you need. Okay? You are not the exception to the rule. You're not the one that manifesting doesn't work for. That's a lie that you tell yourself. Okay? What time is it? Okay. Let's see what else. Thank you, Michelle. I like this. We got disco ball. It says the nightlife, fun times, parties, social events, exploring your freedom. Exploring your freedom. Okay? You have all of these energies happening this week, and it's giving you opportunities to claim your freedom, to claim your power. You decide. Okay? If you're going to react, then you're not exploring or claiming your freedom. If you respond, then you are claiming your freedom. Does that make sense? Because you're not letting the outward things dictate what goes on within and then dictate what you're going to do next. You have to go against the grain of all of that. Okay? That's why I tell people whenever they say they can't afford something, and I'm like, yes, you can. You can, but you have to want to. When you want to afford something, you will. It's that simple. If you're going to continue to use excuses like I used to do, then you won't. Okay? You decide. Let's do one more and then we'll get into the Rebel deck. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Exactly. That's like it. I mean, that's like anything. If you want it bad enough, you will make it happen. It's just sometimes you don't want it bad enough. And that's okay if it's just something you thought you wanted. But if you want something bad enough, you will make it happen. You will create that reality. It's just, you just have to want it. There you go. Assert yourself. The cards know. You decide through your sovereignty, through your power, to make a change. So that's 25. You decide to make a change. Put them together, it's 7. You're in your sovereignty. You're a co-creator with the universe. But you have to decide. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's true. It is that simple. Not always easy, but it is that simple. And that's, I think, what frustrates people the most is they expect it to be something so complicated, and they get frustrated because I'll say I love holding space for people, and it kind of shocks them at first, and it might irritate them a little bit at first, but then they understand why. They see the result, they see the outcome, right? Because you have to be that rebel and be like, no, you can do that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you are a powerful being. You can create this. And they try to give me all the excuses. I'm like, no, we're not doing that here. You don't get to yeah but me, because if you yeah but me to death, I fire you as a client, right? If you want to actually make change and have this amazing experience, then we'll work together and I will hold that space for you. I will be your biggest cheerleader and I will push you to grow. I will irritate you to grow. But if you continually yeah but, then I'm out, because it's a waste of my time and energy, and yours too. So yeah, it's funny to me because they don't believe me at first, and then it happens and I'm like, see, you did that. I didn't do it. You did it. Whoops. Yeah, Denise is like, yes, because she knows I kept pushing her a little bit by little bit. And I was like, when are you going to get it done? Oh, that's awesome, Patty. Good for you. All right, this is the Rebel deck. If you get your feelings hurt easily, scroll away. We know the routine, right? It will call you out and it might hurt your feelings, but it's here to help. Don't fucking force it. Allow that shit to come to you. That is the feminine way. That is the divine feminine way. And that's what we're going to be focusing on in the tribe, your divine femininity. Okay, that's what we're going to tap into in the 31-day tarot challenge, right? You don't have to force anything. You set the intention, you set the energy, and it comes to you, and you take divinely inspired action. Got it? I will show you. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Go get into the tarot challenge, okay? If you are a male and you want to be in the tarot challenge, the tribe is women only, But if you're a male and you want to be in the tarot challenge, DM me and I will get you in. Okay. If you have any questions, email me. I'm happy to answer them. But we officially start August 4th. Everything's going to start unlocking for you. Then we have a live each Saturday. Okay. And yeah, I'm fixing to unlock the tarot apprenticeship in the tribe. So if you want to go through this is everything that I was taught about tarot and some, and it goes through an expertly timed and dripped sequence for you to build upon your tarot knowledge. Now, this is not the certification. If you want certification, I have another route for that I will announce later, but you can get in there and start learning tarot. And we have our community chat to where you can ask questions. You actually get guidance from me. You're not expected to go through something with no guidance, okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Happy new moon, and I will see you back here Monday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, okay? Mwah.